The National Education Policy NEP 2020 frames the universal acquisition of foundational literacy and numeracy FLN as an urgent national mission. Since the release of the policy, the central and state government have put in enormous efforts into programs intended to meet the goals of ensuring that every child ensures FLN by class 2, the end of the newly designated foundational stage of education for 3 to 8 years old. A finding from the nationwide annual status of education report ASER 2024 survey that was released recently provide the same indicators of the percolation of these policy pushes to individual schools. For example, more than 80% of 15,728 rural schools across the country that were visited as a part of the survey reported having received a directive from government to implement FLN activities of for classes 1 to 3. In over 75% of these schools, at least one teacher had received in-person training on FLN. FLN is foundational literacy and numeracy. And there is an awareness. A deep dive into 24 classes, 2 classroom in 8 states earlier this year provided glimpses of how these changes are translating into practice on the ground. The first conclusion of that was clear from observations of the teaching practices of the teachers and subsequent conversations with them is that the rationale for why FLN is important appear to have been communicated clearly and on scale. In the 8th state and in most of the schools that the writer of this article visited, teachers articulated this new focus and for the most part approved of it. Aspects of the new approach that required attitudinal shift rather than new pedagogical practices were visible in their classrooms. However, the challenges and opportunities are facing teachers vary substantially depending on the local context. For example, a classroom that comprises a large number of classes, 2 students were limited space to move about the required difficult approach that one with students from several different grades sitting outdoors. Several teachers said that they have limited opportunities to identify and discuss these challenges during training workshop. Creating spaces for practice, discussion, and adaptation may be the key to increase uptake.